Hey Pablo, old buddy. Did you have a good night? Did you guys know that there's actually a scientific reason I talk to all of my animals like they're people? I'll explain it all to you in today's video, which is sponsored by my friends over at Magic Spoon. Good morning, Mr. Toby Dog. Getting that good stretch in this morning, huh? Hey, buddy. Good to see you this morning. How are you this morning? Did you have a great evening? No trouble, I assume. Good to hear. I love you, buddy. Long days and pleasant nights there, geese. How are all of you? Everybody doing good? Good morning, teenagers. Come on, time to get out of bed. Open the gates and seize the day. Open the gates and seize the day. Like most teenagers, they don't seem to want to get up out of bed in the morning. Come on, scoot! Out, little ones, greet the day! Yeah, these little ones are in their high comedy phase. You can see we're down to 5. I actually sold another gosling. Looks like we have 1 Toulouse, 1 Pilgrim, and 3 Buffs. Hey, Ron Swanson, can you come here? I wanted to say hi and greet you. Would that be cool?
When people get too chummy, I like to call them by the wrong name to let them know I don't really care about them.
Don't get it twisted. Ron Swanson's never gonna come when I call her like that. Release the mini Quacken! Morning, little runner ducks. You're looking runnier as ever. Today I'm gonna let you guys go out into the big area. Come on. Not that area. All right, you do you and take your time. I love those runner ducks and the way they walk around is adorable, but man, I have absolutely found the flightiest duck breed by far. Let's check in with the future quacking of America. Our little duck nursery is doing great. Everybody is growing up big and strong. I'm very happy to see how they are all doing. The 3 moms are hanging in there. They seem like they might be getting a little stir crazy, but I'll probably give it another week, maybe 2, before I let these guys out and let them join the main quacking. Here, kiddo. Have some feed. Have some water. Morning, weird chickens. You guys are all looking very weird this morning. Good to see everybody's greeting the day well. I picked you some fresh greens here so you have lots to munch on. Release the Quacken! It seems like 2 of the Parks and Recreation members decided to hang out with the ducks last night. And then the other 2, plus Ron Swanson, stayed outside. Oh, would you look at that? The little goslings decided to go out and explore the world, and now they're swimming in the pond. Good for you guys. Uh-oh. I see Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson, are you trying to lay an egg? I know what you're up to there, girl. Yeah, she's been hiding out in these tall grasses here. It's interesting when I watch how the geese graze because they seem to want to graze like all the grasses, but they ignore a lot of the weeds. It's got me realizing that if I want them to be the ultimate grazers, I'm gonna probably have to continue to pair them with other animals. Hey, chickens. I know you're mad at me today because I made you the last ones to get released. There you go. You're taking your time there, Barbara, to get out this morning. You might have just noticed that my black Cochin chicken, Carmen, is missing. And that's because she's working on a project for me. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in other videos. I've actually got her hunkered down inside of here. She's sitting on a nest. There's about, I don't know, 8 or 9 eggs underneath her. She started sitting there about 3 days or so ago. And I'm leaving her in here and letting her do her thing. I'm keeping the door closed for now so none of the other birds disturb her. A couple of the other chickens have tried to knock her off her nest. I'm also giving her some food and water in case she does get hungry and want something. But overall, she seems to be doing really good. She's one of my favorite chickens, and I'm assuming a couple of those eggs are hers. And I would love to have more Cochins. I'm finding that Cochins and Barred Rocks are probably my 2 favorite breeds. Maybe also Colombian Wyandotte, just because they're pretty. Hey, what are you guys doing in here? This is Carmen's special space for the time being. I need everybody else out. That includes you too, Shakira. Come on, everybody out, let's go. Toby, I'm trying to set up the camera, you little gabagoolie. So while the animals are actually eating their breakfast, let me just take a minute to tell you guys about what I'm having for my breakfast.
As a lot of you guys know, I am a huge cereal fan, but I don't love the amount of sugar that most cereals have. But that's why I do love today's video sponsor, Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon is cereal reinvented. It has 0 grams of sugar and about 14-ish grams of protein in every bowl, and it only has about 140 calories per serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and it just tastes absolutely amazing. It's one of my favorite things to have for breakfast. And Magic Spoon comes in 6 different delicious flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, and cinnamon. And each time you order, you can build your own box by picking 4 of your favorite flavors. Today I'm having the blueberry flavor for breakfast. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed by a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they will refund your money, no questions asked. Click my link down below and use my code at checkout to get $5 off your order. What flavors will you try in your own custom build your own box?
Even Pablo likes to lick the spoon. You know, right now on the farm, we're in the throes of zucchini season.
If a squash can make you smile.
And so Allison and I are eating zucchini pretty much every single day, and we've been keeping up with it pretty well. But every once in a while, you miss one, and you end up getting a zucchini that's about the size of a baseball bat. It never tastes very good, but the animals seem to love it. Here you go, weird chickens. I'll give you your fair share of zucchinis too. So I got an email from Stephanie the other day, and Stephanie's email asked me the very interesting question of, why do I talk to my animals like they're people? Because I don't know if you've been watching the first few minutes of this video, it's been an ongoing conversation here at Goldshaw Farm, and really it's only me about 100+ birds, 1 barn cat, and 1 guard dog. But this has been by no means a silent film. And part of Stephanie's email was asking, do I do it just because I'm making YouTube videos, or is there another reason why I do it? And the answer is, I would be talking to these animals whether the camera's rolling or not. When I come out here every single day, I am always talking to the animals and seeing what's up and seeing what's going on with them. Like just here, we have Ron Swanson again, and she seems somewhat agitated. What's the matter there, Ronnie? Huh? I have no idea what her problem is. But I actually have found that there is a reason why I talk to each animal. It's actually twofold. Number one, talking to the animals is a way for me to get them comfortable with me by hearing the noises that I emit on a regular basis and giving them the chance to hear different tones, like if I'm annoyed or if I'm curious or if I'm friendly. I actually have found that they seem to respond. Now, that's not to say that I believe that you should be anamorphosizing, that word. But I do believe that the animals know your tone. I mean, maybe not so much with the birds, but with Toby and Pablo, it's absolutely 100% clear. I mean, Toby specifically, right? I've trained him to a number of commands, and so he definitely knows those. But what I've found over the last almost 2 years of working with him is that it's not just the commands that he knows, though. He knows my tone, he knows my mood. I can actually gesture to him at this point, and he kind of knows what I'm looking for. And he's really got a good sense of things. Like right now, he knows I'm giving him the tone of voice where I just want to pet him and give him some love and attention, and he's feeling good. But then I also know I can do certain things with him to get him zooming and playing and running around. Isn't that right, buddy? Huh? Yeah? We're gonna pick you up. Whoop. And we're gonna put you down, and you got the zoomies. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Woo! Woo! Who's the craziest dog? Sit. But then he also knows how to settle down and calm down and behave. And so it's very much about my tone of voice and how I'm talking to him that allows me to communicate with him. It's part of why I think we're such an effective team. In fact, when I was training Toby Dog, I would often scold him and my tone of voice would change drastically. And he would definitely know that he screwed up when that would happen. And so that's part of the power of talking to your animals. Because if I only did that sporadically, I think he would not be as in touch with my moods and my tones and know when I'm mad and when I'm happy. So I don't expect that he understands every single word that I'm saying, but I do strongly believe that he understands every single tone of voice that I'm displaying and what that means. And he can read my mood very easily. How's it going there, Barty? You're looking good there, girl. You seem pretty happy today. I know you're shy, but you're also a great chicken, you know that? Now, while Toby absolutely knows me and my attitudes and my voice, and I believe that Pablo does too. In fact, I can get Pablo to come when I call him. That's not usual for a cat, but watch this. Pablo! Where you at, Pablo? Pablo, come here. I'm not sure if you guys can see him, but he's all the way down by the shed. Pablo, come here. He's taking his sweet cat time, but he's coming. If that's not a reason to try to talk to your cat, I have no idea what is. In fact, I find that my cats are the animal that I talk to the most. Between Pablo here and Molly and Ginny Barn Cat and Lil Barn Cat, I have full-on conversations with these guys. Again, I'm not sure if they know about everything I'm telling them, but I'm pretty sure that they know the tone and the mood of what I'm saying to them. You know, it's funny, Allison, my wife, often talks to Pablo when she feeds him, and she'll pet him, and she says that she's giving him his affirmations where she's telling him he's the most handsomest, strongest little boy ever. Yeah, my wife's weird like that. But I think that it's actually been a big part of why my wife and Pablo have such a strong bond. It's because she spends a lot of time talking to her animal. Now, you might be saying that's all fine and good when it comes to dogs and cats, but I bet you're still struggling to see the case for why it would make sense for things like ducks and geese and chickens. Oh, you guys are really shy this morning. Come on out. How'd you go? All the little baby chicks are doing really well. You can see they're growing so quickly. And I mean, as you can see, we got quite an assortment. There seems to be a mix of Barred Rock offspring, Leghorns, New Hampshire Reds. I even see a couple of stray Cochins, and maybe even a Crevecoeur and an Ancona. Who's got the fluffy feet? I need the chick with the fluffy feet. I think there's like one or two of you in there. There we go, here's one. Based on the fluffy feet, I know for a fact that this is the offspring of Carmen, the mother chicken who was sitting on the nest earlier in this video. And like I said, I want more cochins, and I'm excited. I don't know if it's gonna be a rooster or a hen. Still maybe a little too early, but I don't know. If I'm looking at the top of its beak, this might end up being a rooster. It's tough to tell still. Other development milestones, you can see the wing feathers are starting to come in. You can see the kind of straw that initially precipitates those forming. And these baby birds are just so darn active at this age. Yes, you are, little ones. I think there's actually 2 cochins in there. I'm looking to see. They might have gone to hide over there as well. Now, I spend a fair amount of time in here in this brooder with these guys, just getting to know them and trying to get them as comfortable as possible with me. And while I'm in here spending the time with these little birds, I can guarantee you that I am talking away. And the purpose of all that chatter is really, again, to create an emotional bond and connection with the birds, have them get used to me, and actually to force me as a human to treat these animals with empathy. I think too often farmers are treating their animals like products or pieces of machinery or inputs rather than the living creatures that they are. And I think if you're gonna be an ethical meat farmer, part of what you need to do is be willing to establish emotional connections with your animals, even if that means that you might be slaughtering them. In fact, by the end of this year, roughly half of these birds are gonna end up on dinner tables. The other half are gonna become egg layers. You know, I'm comfortable with that fact. I know that that's their purpose here on the farm, but I know that if I wanna give all of the animals on our farm, even the ones that end up as meat, the respect and love and dignity that they deserve, I need to form that emotional connection with them. And so that is actually the main reason you see me talking to my birds and naming my birds. You know, some people say you should not get too emotionally attached to your meat animals. And I understand that perspective. And I actually tried to do that myself for a very long time. Over the last couple of years, what I've learned is if you do that, you're actually denying your own human nature, or at least my own personal human nature. And so I'm much better off embracing the fact that I know the end purpose of some of these animals, and at the same time treating them with that love, dignity, and respect that they deserve, and communicating with them and forming a connection with them, because that makes their sacrifice that much more meaningful. This type of approach is not for everybody, and I totally get why some folks wouldn't do it. Again, I understand it, I'm not judging, but I think I would challenge anyone who's out there who's farming or maybe homesteading and raising food just for them and their family to try thinking about things this way. Because I think it actually starts a chain reaction. Like if you start talking to your animals, you're gonna start to treat them better. It's gonna change your animal husbandry practices and really give you the opportunity to become a better farmer. And it comes all from the beginning of starting to talk to your animals. All right, little ones, hang on. Let me clean out your waterer. There you go. Just some feed. All right, plenty of food for the little ones. All right, you have a wonderful day there, kids. Pablo, don't you get any ideas? Hey, Lil. You know, regardless of the type of animal that you have, talking to your animal will create a closer connection to your animal, so I strongly suggest you do it. Whether it's a household pet or a farm animal, I think you're gonna find a greater appreciation for that animal if you talk to it. Isn't that right, little Barcat? Sweetie? So I hope you guys have a great day.